Hello and welcome to Orange Press Pass at the Half. I'm Christian Guzman, joined alongside Zach Lang and Tim Leonard, and we endeavor to answer the question, what's going on in this Syracuse Pitt game, guys? It's not been pretty on the ice. 22-20 at half.
Yeah, it has not been a very good game, and that's simply because, look, it's a difference between being in the Dome and being away from the Dome. Against BC, they were in the Dome, 47 points at the half in that game, and in this game, just 22.
Yeah, it's like night and day. Definitely been tough to watch this one so far. Hopefully the offenses pick up for a fan's perspective in the second half.
There was so much promise in that BC game when you saw the offensive numbers at the end of that game, but at halftime during this one, not looking so pretty. Let's take a look at the stats. Syracuse leading by only 2. The field goal percentages is really all you need to look at.
Yeah, 22%. Come on, Syracuse. Are you serious right now? You need to be making shots. You were so confident in that BC game, and you're playing at Pitt, one of the worst teams in all of college basketball, and this is what you come up with?
Yeah, both teams just not making shots. We saw in that BC game, like you mentioned, Zach, they were just hitting those jump shots. You mentioned the carried home crowd on their side. It's not on their side in the Oakland Zoo right now, and it's just as simple as that. Syracuse isn't hitting shots like they were against BC.
I'll tell you who does like those numbers through the Syracuse men's lacrosse team, with 22 being the lucky number for the Syracuse men's lacrosse team. But we're talking about basketball here, and we're talking about a basketball team that has not performed offensively throughout this entire year, but did in the last game against Boston College, as we've alluded to. What's been the biggest difference from the Boston College game to this Pittsburgh game?
It's just got to be the confidence. Like in that BC game, you saw Syracuse really take any shot that came their way. They hit over 40% from 3 in that game, and in this one, no, nothing.
Yeah, and they don't have the same tempo on offense, really. They're not playing with the same pace or the same carefree attitude. It's just been very timid, very methodical on the offensive end.
So Syracuse obviously does need to pick things up a little bit more to kind of build a gap that they were able to build in the second half last time that Syracuse did play Pitt in the Carrier Dome, eventually winning that game by double digits. Zach, what does Syracuse need to do to have that same comfortable win?
Okay, Christian, hear me out here, okay? This is a bit of a hot take, but I think Syracuse has got to bench Frank Howard. And yes, the Syracuse team is very short-staffed already. Matt Moyer out with that ankle injury. But at the point guard depth, it's not good. Yes, Boeheim likes to use his juniors and his upperclassmen, but Frank 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. He has a turnover. He's their second guy behind Tyus Battle, and he's not producing well. I say you give Howard Washington a shot at that starting point guard position, and even put Sidibe and Pascal Chukwu in. Let's be real. This Pittsburgh team is bad on defense, and if you want to try out any sort of substitution concoctions, this is the team you do it against.
Yeah, I'm not going to give quite as hot of a take as you. I'm not going to say bench someone. I think it's pretty simple. They just got to get the ball inside here in the second half. They're 1 for 10 from the outside shooting 3-point shots. That's not going to get it done. Obviously, they're relying too much on the jump shot. So get it down low. Let Pascal Chukwu and Barama Sidibe get more involved in the game.
So while Tim's keeping it simple, Zach is building a concoction or a recipe of some sort for Syracuse to get back into this game, have a little bit more momentum against Pitt. 22-20 is the score at halftime. Can Syracuse hang on to win against Pitt? Stay tuned to the game to watch, and make sure you tune out on OTN to watch Orange Press Pass.